So to be honest, guys, it's been a while since I've been here. I'm sorry for the delay in the Phoenix Wright games. Colleges come up, Christmas, everything, Thanksgiving, Halloween. So if my memory is a little faulty, I'm sorry. What's up, guys? What's up, all you elements out there? This is Renan Elementor back with some more Phoenix Wright. And if you hear that in the background, that was Queen. Okay. Well, I'm in a party with Young Samurai and Queen, and then I told them if they ever want to interject something during this recording, just let me know and share your thoughts. Okay, so we're in the court case for the Steel Samurai Will Powers. Okay. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court Room number 4. Hey Edwards, how you doing? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is... The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Alright, very well. Mr. Edwards, your opening statement, please. The prosecution... Shut up! The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Ms. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call them a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Hey, you big oaf. Been a while. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir, I'll explain with them the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. Yeah, that's very obvious. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes there in the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Past it, that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and the young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled due to murder! The time of death was 2:30 p.m. It's very specific. The samurai spear was found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? I do not want to listen to that whole thing again. I'm sorry, Gumshoe, but I'm on a time constraint here. I think... Yeah, he's not the brightest still in the shed either. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. That question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Oh gosh. Oh boy. She's gonna be fun to talk to. Will the witness declare her name? Oh, that face! Get away! Hmm? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Edward's even disturbed. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please! Seems Edwards has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Oh, Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So this come here, so you know it's young and says so, holding each other and then believe it, but there was this captain that just call me Oldbag when you got into objection. Thank you, Edgeworth. Objection! I object to this witness's talkativeness. Talkativeness! Edgeworth! Man, I never seen you ejected. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. Now just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we could get to the testimony? Yes, Edward, thank you. We want to get to the testimony, please. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. To get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Yeah, Phoenix, yes, she is. Witness account. Okay, on the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had to run some errands that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man. Right there, he was heading towards the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I don't know if I want to cross-examine her. Seriously, she seems cuckoo. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. I'll press that. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to go could go into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dude. You need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone else at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest of them have been doing a run-through there since this morning. A run-through? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were used to the afternoon for practicing. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 o'clock. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing? Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon? I had to run some errands that morning. Why do you have to run some errands? What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. I don't know! Answer the question! Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know? Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job! I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, please don't do that face. I'm going to cover up the screen with my controller and just read the text. I was watching Hammers run through always. Never missed one in all my years. Wowie, I want to see Steel Samurai run through too. You could quit being a spear medium and take up a guard duty. Not a bad idea. Maya! Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting, because Sir Man walked by at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there. He was heading towards the studio. Okay, I want to press you on that. So, you saw Mr. Powers. That's what he said. Got wax in here, Sonny? Use your chance. Secret weapon. I'll say again, it was him. Are you sure it was him? Because this photo right here... And that doesn't look like Powers. It looks like the Steel Samurai. So unless I are playing tricks on me... Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Tokyo. Still don't know how to say that. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? Even actors disagree with me. No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, Witness. She's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edward is surprised. Wow. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should all be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edward speechless. Edward speechless. She's good. Yeah, she is. Let's hear about your proof then. The man in the photo. Okay. I never saw anything I don't mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props and it was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at the picture. You can see he's dragging his legs. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had a sprain in his ankle. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Oh, please don't. I never say anything mean on mine, dude. That's not worth. Gene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Powers trip and fall, you say? Trip and fall? Yes, and the thing, he's supposed to be a Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Okay. Let's just skip over the part, shall we? Thank you, Judge. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up the backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. They continue with their testimony. You broke one of the props, it was a big mess. You broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily I was there and my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. Better write this down in the court record. Alright. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. How bad? Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot. Okay. I think we've heard enough. What? I didn't... What? Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me, which is, where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. That's a probably important piece of evidence! Anyway, that's not important. Yes, it is! This witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. No, it wasn't! I suppose there is. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? I object! Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Powers. You have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt-free reminder, Your Honor. Will the witness continue testimony, please? I'll need to ask twice. I didn't want to ask twice. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. True. The only person I saw this studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. What do I press here? How do you know that? Did I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then, after some robbers being a secret, he told me everything. Gee, detective sure is fondness for donuts. Oh boy. Oh, Will Powers! Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody's suspicious looking? Right. No one else went there. How are we sure? What about you? You got to before the guard station. You mean before 1? Why everyone was in the employee area before then? I locked the main gates and no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Hold on, would have seen them? Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. Blah. You let him have him, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Even Edgeworth is disturbed. Old Windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. Not convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps.
I hate to say it, but old people are not the best witnesses.
What do I present? Guide map? I am confused as all heck. Would have seen them. Do I present the photo? Do I present the photo again? Okay, I guess right! Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer on the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note down the back of the words said, "Oh, it's photo 2, of course!" 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually knew that too. The issue here is that at the end where it says, photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that it's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's why I want to act the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data from one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to the security lady herself! Eh! You watch your mouth, you whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that would seem to mean... Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these 2-finger computer things. You've been working there. Edgy boy, help! Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too! Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Oh, that's right! I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose. You could put it that way. Hey, we need it straight, woman! I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one important job to do. Go through the photos, record on the security computer, and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it now I remember throwing out one of the photos that day. What photo? Miss Solbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Wow, Edgeworth is even mad. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right, anyways, Mr. Wright, please go in the cross-examination. Well, I say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Yeah, same here, Maya. Same here. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one important job to do. Go through any photos that aren't suspicious, you see. Why would... Every photo! How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Well, you can tell by looking at the faces, for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Wells Power photo, did I? Of course, you conveniently left that on the photo! I think she's missing the point. Now, I remember throwing out one photo today. What was the photo? Well, who the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy? Still Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one else could get in. Those were your words. Well, you must know there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while now. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. And... They're kids, children, whippersnappers. Oh, that makes sense. Kids! So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a Steel Samurai dragging his leg, and the other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. Boy in 2nd or 3rd grade, I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right, I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. And they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and prosecution to consider this new information. In order for getting vital information this time. Oh boy, this is fun. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest! So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Wow, Phoenix. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does this mean? Please don't sigh like that. Alright. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edwards, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to studios was a boy with roughly 10 years of age. The photo we have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else who committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order, interesting. Let's hear who you have in mind. However, beware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who is this person other than Mr. Will Powers that could have committed the murder? The only one I could think of. She could put on a convincing act. The security lady! It was a security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Whoo! The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. They were the only person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Wendy Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper! Order! Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you! Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have breezily left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1 as the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. To trick the camera. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in this costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Will Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Wow! What's that supposed to mean? Oh, you all think I did, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! What's the move? Maybe it's not my chance to take this the whole way. Press further, we gotta dig this in deep. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case could be used to cast doubt on Miss Obag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed, that did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased! He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my own man in 10-second stops! Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy's not the killer. What? I can't be so sure. Or is it nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? The samurai spear. Your Honor, the murder weapon was a samurai spear. The spear is very shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The Windbag is speechless. This got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edwards, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Wow. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Ah, perfect. Wait a second! Oh, gosh dang it. I'm not going to just sit here while you run barking up the wrong tree, me. I'm talking. Oh, great. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Oh, my, you can't. Really, Maya? Miss Sobek, what is this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edwards who told her not to talk? Wow, that's shocking. Well, testify. Your lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? They told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free! Well, there's put even more suspects in the studio. This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. Yeah, you sure do. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. I love Phoenix's quips. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination? What am I going to cross-examine? Police wanted to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at studios. Who? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Well, yes, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2! There was Studio 2 trailer? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue your cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... yeah, I think we got all we need, Your Honor. We have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they are not been questioned. I hold that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about the other people we have been told of. Edgeworth, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. Court is adjourned. Finally! October 18th, 1:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. But you didn't do a dang thing in there! Or should I? Well, we'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now is my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know! Look, I was just buying time back there! Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Ah, that's true. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks, guys. To be continued. Next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, we're going to go to find out more about these people. Find out more about the producer, director, and the bigwigs. Hopefully get some more evidence to get Mr. Powers off scot-free. I hope all you have enjoyed. See you all next time for more Phoenix Wright. Bye!